Hello, folks. I am back with a firearms product review and just a little bit of an update. I like to give updates every now and then on particular firearms, whether I've added anything to it. And as you see, this is my 509 Tactical, and I really, really like this firearm. My personal opinion, it is the best firearm that is optic ready because they give you all the tools and everything that you need. You don't have to hunt around for plates. You don't have to special order plates. There is no wait. You just get the packet with the 509 Tactical, and that's it. The only one thing that I had to do was because it has a threaded barrel, was to put on a compensator, or because I don't have a suppressor as of yet. So instead of leaving that front piece there with the thread protector on here, I decided to experiment with compensators. So I wanted to pick up this compensator uh, a, a while back, but unfortunately at the time, it was either on back order or something was going on. So I decided to go with this compensator. I did a review on this, and this is the uh, called the Icon. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Is the Icon or Acron compensator. I first saw this compensator on Such Double video when he was doing the reviews on the 509 Tactical, and he had one of these on there. Uh, it works very well, but the problem I had was when it was on the firearm, it kept spinning or moving. And and it's supposed to not spin when you the use these screws here, and it's supposed to clamp down so you won't have that issue of spinning. In some cases, it will work on certain firearms, but it didn't work with this one. And also, he had mentioned that this was originally designed for a Glock 19 or a Glock 17. So maybe that's part of the problem why it kept spinning, even though I did use some Loctite or whatnot. And I guess with the heat from doing excessive shooting, it started to move or turn. But I'm not trying to bash this product. It is a very good compensator, so I will use it on another firearm in the future. Another product I used, since I said I was experimenting, was this. Now it looks a little beat up because I had this on the 509 Tactical, and the problem I had was it shot very well, but it made it look like it was a laser gun from like a old science fiction movie from the 1950s. So I didn't want that look. This worked very well. I'm not going to make any complaints about it. This is from Beretta. I ordered this from Beretta, and this is basically a muzzle brake. And they developed it for 9mm pistols, particularly their 92 series. But there's nothing wrong with this firearm. It does help um, with accuracy as far as when it comes to recoil, etc. And it's all scratched up here because when it was installed on this firearm, the problem I had was to get it off. Now, this was hand tightened, and my gunsmith basically said it was probably due to a lot of the carbon had built up into the threads, and that's why there was an issue. So I tried to get it off. I took it to the gunsmith, and he took it off. It's still workable, but this is what happens sometimes when you're trying to get things upgraded. So now I've come to the third one, and this is it. This is the final one. This is from a company called Parker Mountain Machine. Now, like I said, I've seen this before, but it was not available at the time. And it's a very, very good compensator. I like it very much. And aesthetically, it looks like it's part of the firearm. It looks like it came from FN's factory with this on. And uh, this is what I like about it. It's aesthetically looks good. And if you look here, there's the Parker Mountain Machine logo, and it kind of has that little slant, and where your recoil spring is, it kind of matches right there. So it looks aesthetically part of it. On the top here, this is where, unlike some other compensators, there's your where the gases can escape up here, and of course, there's the barrel, the hole for the projectile to come out the barrel. So it is a really, really decent uh, compensator, and it works very good, very flawless work. Like I said, I love the way that looks. It looks like it's part of the firearm, and they do. This company, I do believe, have other compensators for other firearms with different looks or whatnot, and it works perfectly with the 509. As you see, especially now that I had the Apex trigger that I got installed later on, and those are the two, well, one of the two things that you only need to do with this. You buy the firearm, you change the trigger. I recommend you change it. Put a compensator, put a red dot on there, and like I said, with the red dot, there's various different plates that come with it, so you could use different red dots of your choice without reordering things like screws and so forth. And I have the O light on here, and I really like the way this shoots. It shoots very well. There are other YouTubers out there that love their 509 tacticals. One being Big Johnson Guns and Gear. He loves his, and you pretty much don't have to do anything to this firearm, but probably maybe do some parkerization or not parkerization, but do something to change the color or whatever you want to do if you to make it personally yours. But I'm pretty much a plain Jane guy. I don't like to do too much, but this is the only firearm that I have currently now that has a non-factory trigger, and it works perfectly. Other than that, that's all I have, folks. I just wanted to give you a short update on the Parker Mountain Machine compensator, and also I've wanted to also tell you, if you want a more in-depth review of this compensator, go to Aaron Cowan from Sage Dynamics. He does a very good test on this, and he shows you how this is installed. I do have the rock set that is furnished by uh, Parker Mountain Machine. There's the rock set, and it comes with several shims. And he goes into a little more detail about how it's installed. I don't care because I don't mind the rock set on it because this is going to be permanently on here. So, like I said, go to Aaron Cowan of Sage Dynamics video and just check that out. And he does a very good in-depth review on this compensator. So that's all I have, folks. Happy shooting. Stay safe. Hashtag 2A.